Whether cities be large or small, you know, they all have their own unique issues and their problems. And one is, of course, our young people, the middle schoolers, in my opinion, are the most vulnerable. You know, if you can get to the middle schoolers, then you create a good environment for these young people. We've had over 5,000 students come through this program with Do the Right Thing. There's about 5,000 kids that we don't have to worry about in our city. Councilman Brooks really birthed the program in our city and has been very passionate about it.
Mayor, as you know, we have a big weekend planned for our young people. This year we had over 300 to write essays, and as you know as well, the Jackson Generals are a huge supporter, so every child who's written an essay is invited to come out. They get 2 free tickets for them and their parents.
Jackson City Councilman Ernest Brooks, and he's also the chairman of the Do the Right Thing Challenge, and he's here tonight to throw out another first picture.
Being part of something bigger than myself is what makes this program very special. Programs like Do the Right Thing that actually make a difference are very, very important to me. I have actual hands-on experiences with my students and the administrators and the teachers who I consider are the backbone of the program. We couldn't do it without the teachers.
Right now in Jackson, we are experiencing a lot of problems with gangs and drugs, because when they're selling the drugs, they're trying to get the younger children to sell the drugs for them, because if they get caught, they're not going to serve any hard time. And as far as the Do the Right Thing program itself, I think it's a marvelous program because it is trying to teach students the right way to do, to live, to conduct themselves. It's also cathartic for children because if they've gone through things in their life, violence, or if it's touched some member of their family, then they're able to put that to paper. They're able to share that in a way that they may not have been able to talk about it or share it in the past. One of the young ladies here 2 years ago wrote about the situation that happened at Union when a young lady was killed on Union's campus. And she knew some people that knew this young lady, and she talked about how it made her feel personally, how it made her feel unsafe in her own community when she'd never felt that way before. And when you wrote about the young woman at Union who was murdered, why did you feel that you needed to make that a part of it, and what connection did you have to that incident?
A lot of people from my church knew her, and they came into church that Sunday just crying. And usually church is just like a happy place, you know? And they came in, and I just saw how impacted they were by just this pointless violence. As I began writing it, I realized statistics on kids being bullied and how that affects them later on in life, and just I saw how many people were being affected by violence, and it just really opened my eyes writing this essay, seeing just how bad of a problem it is. When I wrote my essay, and then when I went to DC and I heard other people's stories of people who had been bullied and had taken part in youth violence, it made me just, you know, want to do something about that. So I think that really carried over into this program that we started in my high school.
I watched from my window as a young man in a blue bandana was surrounded by a troop of men in red bandanas. I caught parts of the confrontation. Betrayal, no loyalty, you're going down tonight. A couple of hours later, I heard a loud pow, pow, pow. I cringed. One of my cousins, Hamid, was actually a victim of gun violence, and it was very unexpected, very tragic for the entire family. My experience with Do the Right Thing, writing the essay, and especially the trip to Washington, D.C., was definitely a catalyst for my passion for community service, paying it forward, youth mentoring. As a youth, I never felt as though my voice was being heard and that my solutions could ever have an impact. I felt so empowered that I organized a community leadership workshop here in Jackson for freshmen in the area to learn some of those same values of paying it forward, service, and leadership.
We have good people here, people that care about their community, that care about the kids here, and that want to see wonderful things happen for Jackson.
This program changes lives. The Do the Right program changes lives, and we have the results here. And more results to come as the program continues to go on. That's fantastic.